Hey everybody, I'm Joe DeGanzik. This is the fifth and final part of the Getting Started Guide to the Smart Home right here on Smarter Home Life. I'm going to be talking about budget, security, and one, two other final tips here. And let's jump right into it. Budget. You might say, well, how do you help me set a budget? Well, only you can really set your budget. But I hope in going through all of this, you've been able to start taking a look at that wish list at your home automation, if you had $1 million type list, what you want to automate, and start to pare that down, or at least, move different things around and say, okay, let's move this to the top, let's move this to the bottom, that's not so important, and what are good investments that perhaps will pay for themselves over time. Of course, smart thermostats, great for that. So I can tell you a couple of things in terms of prices. We'll start with smart thermostats, which can be $100 and up. But the basics of it is you want it to be remotely controlled. You want it to kind of perhaps learn a little bit of your own behavior and to set away mode and home mode automatically. That can save you some money definitely right there. And otherwise turning it up and down, depending on a schedule, of course, which we've had for many years with programmable thermostats, is super helpful. Some utilities offer rebates for different types and brands and models of smart thermostats. The other categories, such as lighting and security, smart lighting depends on what you're going for. If you're coming from incandescent bulbs that take a lot of energy, going to smart LED bulbs can definitely be an energy savings and a cost savings, and but won't add up as quickly over time as a smart thermostat, just because of the overall energy used. But smart lighting can start at, a starter kit from Philips Hue can be upwards of $150 to $200 with all of the beautiful color changing bulbs, and the basic kits can go for $30, $40, $50. If you want to go the a la carte route that does not require a starter kit or a hub, you can go with something like LifeX. They have bulbs that start in the $20 to $30 range and go on up from there with more features and color strips that start at $90. Actually, that's what's behind me, the LifeX Z color strips. And so it really depends. And in the smart lighting, I'll mention this one little category, kind of subcategory of it. If you're controlling a room, let's just say a kitchen or a living room or some other room that has recessed can lighting, and say that there are 6 or 7 or 8 that are controlled by one switch, it's more economical to put in a smart dimmer or a smart switch instead of changing all of those individual bulbs or flood lamps out, because, well, the numbers add up. Your smart dimmers for an in-wall smart dimmers, smart switches can go anywhere from $40 to $60. These prices are slowly coming down over the years, but they generally tend to be a little bit higher, again, because the companies do rely on people continuing to buy products, and the price of the products includes the development and the free updates that you get over the lifetime of the products. Smart home hubs, usually around $100 or so, depending on features, but they tend to be around that price nowadays for smart things and Wink and so forth. So those are some of the initial categories that'll be on your list. You got to multiply those things out and you will see that, yes, they do get expensive. The whole smart home becomes expensive over time. Again, start small, and please buy products that are compatible with many different systems, so that later on you can continue to add on and not have to replace a bunch of products that might be obsolete or won't work with your favorite new choice of smart home platform. So on the security front, this is simple advice, but it's really important. Please buy smart home products and devices that can be updated, A, either automatically, or B, through an app update. Make sure that the manufacturer is actually doing those updates. They're issuing them. They're issuing app updates through, say, iOS and Android. And there's some kind of activity going on with their social media, that they're not just dead. And please, aside from companies like Wisecam, who is showing the industry that you can make quality products like security cameras as low as $20 and $30, don't always go by price. Don't always go for the least priced product. Hackers are trying to hit the smart home just because it's a larger and larger target with many devices these days. And this is because the devices tend to make their own connections out to the cloud. Even though they're behind your router or your firewall, they're still connecting outbound. So Make sure that those devices are being updated with security updates. And please, please, please use strong passwords. If the device cannot have a password set, if it's just going to use a generic password, please don't buy it. Don't use it. Don't put it in your home and risk having all kinds of bad possible things happen to your network. If you're concerned about having so many passwords, please use a password manager like 1Password or LastPass. I use LastPass. I swear by it. It just simplifies your life. They've been vetted by security experts, and it'll be the last password that you have to remember. After all of this boring stuff and budgets and lists and security updates, have some fun with it. The smart home is designed to be magical, right? It's designed just like when you probably got your own, your first smart speaker and you talked to it and it gave you an answer, or you hooked it up to a light or something else and it changed it for you. It's cool. It's fun stuff. And this goes as well for having, which a category I haven't really touched on, which is whole house audio, which is now even easier to do with products like the Google Home devices and Amazon Echo devices. And of course, the big name in that market, Sonos. You can link these things up in ways that you wouldn't traditionally think. If you want to do a little bit of extra work, you can perform light shows with all of your smart lighting. You can sync it with audio. You can have the audio throughout your home. You can have crazy emergency sirens and crazy light situations go off based on sensors or people burglarizing your home. The possibilities literally are endless. So please, please have some fun with it. The smart home is a lot of fun. And heck, even just to have your friends come over and impress them with your latest gadgets and gizmos. I guess I probably have done that over the years. And I've perhaps done a couple of light shows and some really fun stuff with automating my home. With all that being said, I hope I've provided some great information for you, but if you still have some questions, or if you'd like some personalized help with a consultation over FaceTime or Skype or something like that, please get a hold of me at smarterhomehelp.com. Fill out the form, send it in, and if you've got a really awesome question for a lot of the people that would help a lot of people, it may wind up on one of the Q&A videos that I do at the end of the month. And that's it. I'm Joe Ganzik, reminding you that it just takes a little bit of effort to make your home a little bit smarter every single day. I'll see you next time right here on Smarter Home Life.